Hey, how's it going out there? Today or tonight, whenever it is. If you people want to listen, okay, I'm a professional at body and painting, and I am a master mechanic. And I was born, into working on cars. My father owned a salvage yard when I was a child. I'm age 59. I've got a lot of experience. What the topic I'm going to speak of today? Here's a particular model Ford truck that I'm aware people have a major issue on these, and I learned it by studying it and fixing several of these for other people. The 97 to 2003 Ford F-150 pickup trucks. Whether it's a single cab, extended cab, a 3-door, or a Super Crew 4-door cab, like the one I have. Alright, where the rear window leaks, major pain in the ass. Major pain in the ass. And people, they don't understand this assembly, so they try to use silicone. Okay, it makes a giant mess. The garbage keeps leaking every time it rains. And then your vehicle, the windows are fogged up in the morning, or you have to wipe the inside because your carpet gets wet in the back. Okay. Now, most people, I've seen a lot of them with videos, they take the molding off and then take the window out, and they change the, butyl tape, or they change the rubber gasket. Don't do that. If one of these leaks and you're not having to change the glass, okay, what you want to do on the interior of your cab, you got to loosen the headliner. Not all of it, but just, the top part. You have the little snap-ons. Pop them out. Just pull it down. I was able to do mine just holding it with my hand and then taking the ratchet. And then the trim on the sides. And then at the bottom, the top part, you have the little push-in plastic tabs. And then take the bolts loose, that holds the plastic trim down by the floor. Take those nuts off, where your lug wrench goes, in your jack or whatever. Okay, and take the nuts off that hold the molding, not the window, but the molding. So you have two sets of bolts. The first set holds the plastic window frame in that holds the glass. The bolts above that is what holds your molding on, where your brake light and reverse light, assembly is up there. Alright, take all those nuts off so you can take your molding off. Okay, after you get your molding off, just make sure that the nuts on the inside for the plastic trim for the window, just make sure those are tight. Not over tight, or it'll bend the metal. But just tight, that they weren't left loose at the factory or somebody else that worked on it at a particular time. Next thing, okay, get a tube of windshield silicone. Go all over the top on the outside of the truck. Go all along the top of that plastic trim. See, your molding will be off, and just go all over that plastic trim, because you got 3 sets of plastic, and then you've got several connection points. See, and that's where these things want to start leaking, or that plastic will crack. See, from heat, or when it was bolted to there originally, that surface is not that metal on that cab is not a calibrated straight surface, people. I mean, it can vary by as much as 30 thousandths, which is quite a bit, which is the thickness of 2 pennies, for example. Here's what you can use for reference if you don't have a gauge. A business card, a paper business card, generally those are 10 thousandths. I used to adjust points when I was a teenager in the 60s and 70s with business cards, because they set, a lot of them set at 10,000, some of them at 20,000. But anyway, just put the silicone, and then take butyl tape, get some that's about yay wide, and then after you let that silicone dry up, then put that butyl tape over the top of that plastic, between the end of the plastic and the metal on the cab. Okay, and then wrap it on the top and down the sides. You don't need it on the underneath because the water drains down there. So just go over the top of that with butyl tape. Then from there, bolt your molding back on, and I'll tell you what, with that non-hardening butyl tape, and then the silicone that fills all in the cracks and the crevices on the top and the sides, that won't leak on you again. You won't have any more trouble. You don't have to take that whole assembly out and change that plastic. You don't have to do all that. It was a defective assembly from the get-go when it was made. Because when you incorporate hard plastic, and then you have places that adjoin with it, and then the surface is not calibrated or straight, it can vary, like I told you. Of course it's going to crack over a period of time because it's stress points, but it doesn't matter if it does. If you do as I say, and then just put your molding back on, that will never leak on you again. The other problem is those lights up there, that brake light. It's up on the top of your molding. Put a little gasket sealer where that fits back on there, where the 2 screws, hold it on the ends. Put a little gasket sealer on it, because water tries to get down in those, and fall down in there or whatever. And try my way, you'll save yourself a lot of trouble. The only time you'll ever need to take that plastic assembly out that's got your 3 windows, the sliding, or if you just have the one glass without the sliding window in the center, is if you ever change the glass. Otherwise, you can seal those, and you don't have to take that stuff out to reseal it. But anyway, I hope I helped. But I am a professional, and I make other videos too. My next video is going to be on the modular V8. A lot of people call it that. If you have a truck, you might call it a Triton. Your 4.6, 5.4. And I'm not that familiar with the 4.2 V6, but I think they have the per spark plug, a coil per spark plug. But anyway, everybody have a good day or a good evening. And my name is Earl. Hope I helped.